Hey, what's up guys? Kai here, welcoming you back to another episode of Let's Play Lufia in the Fortress of Doom. Today, I have a rather important matter to discuss with you all, and it's something that I take very seriously. So for disclaimer purposes, if you're only here to watch gameplay, then to accommodate you and your interests, I will put a timestamp in the video description for you to click on that will enable you to just jump ahead to where we actually get this episode started. And if you are interested in hearing what I have to say, then I apologize because you get to enjoy this beautiful background scenery here for the next couple of minutes. What do you mean it looks like every other tower in the game? Okay, but seriously, today I have a message to all of the haters, not the trolls. I like you guys. You're amusing and your tears are delicious. No, I'm talking about the people who deliberately go out of their way to cause drama, say things that are hurtful, insulting, and just negative. These are the people that could choke on a dick and die, and I would not care because the world would be a better place without them. So first of all, fuck you. And second of all, before we get things started, I should probably explain where this is coming from, because I'm sure some of you are wondering what has got my blood boiling. A few episodes ago, you guys might remember me asking if any of you guys have ever been unsubscribed from a YouTube channel, just randomly, not at your own volition, because that's what happens to me. Well, I found out the reason behind that occurrence, and the reason is the channel I was subscribed to, which belongs to a fellow Let's Player here on YouTube. And no, I'm not going to reveal their identity. If this is something that they want to talk about publicly, then I'm sure they will make a video on their own channel regarding the issue. And I know one of you for sure is going to be able to figure out who I'm talking about. And I know I don't have to ask you to do this, but please don't reveal them, just out of respect for them and their privacy. But anyways, the channel was actually deleted. And the reason behind that is because in recent events, they were harassed, for lack of a better word, by these haters. And I'm calling them haters to be polite, even though they don't deserve that much respect. But these people were spamming comments and messages, what have you. And between that and the everyday stress that we all go through in our lives, this friend of mine decided to quit doing LPs and just delete their entire channel, which is very unfortunate. Luckily, one of their acquaintances was able to reach them on a forum, and I don't know what they talked about exactly. I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of it. But by the end of that conversation, they decided to continue doing Let's Plays after all. And luckily, they were able to get in contact with Google and have their channel reinstated with all of their uploads. The only catch to that was they lost all of their subscribers, which you guys know how I feel about the whole YouTube number game. But that's another rant for another time. So that's what happened there, and that really upset me that people would just do this for the sole purpose of being disruptive and ruining something great for not only the owner of the channel, but for everyone who watches the channel. Nobody wants to go and watch a video and read negative comments. I know I don't. And to further build on that point, if you are one of those people and you're watching this video now, this will be your one and only warning. Do not bring that douchebaggery to my channel. I have no qualms with calling you out and then banning your sorry ass. You can rest assured that I will not lose any sleep for dropping the ban hammer. Now, to go into the gray area slightly, I know everybody has their own thoughts and feelings on things, and we're all entitled to that. Now, that being said, some of us are more opinionated and vocal than others, and we just start saying things before we think about them. So if you do have something to say, and it's not positive, then I ask that you sit back for just a moment and think about how much time and effort goes into making a video. There's a lot of work that goes into making videos, between the actual recording, the editing, the processing, the uploading, the coming up with witty video titles. Okay, maybe that's just something I worry about, but you guys get the idea. You know, it's not an easy task. A lot more goes into it than a lot of you realize, and I'm guilty of that. When I started making LPs, I was surprised at how difficult it really was. Now, even if you are a fellow video maker or Let's Player, that doesn't entitle you to be an asshat. You know, think about how you want to present yourself and convey your thoughts, and that will greatly determine on how you are, what's the word I'm looking for? Wow, I'm kind of flustered right now because, like I said, this really hits home because, you know, we all have our bullies in school, and any form of bullying, whether it be in person or virtual, is just unacceptable. But like I said, before you open your mouth, really think about how you want to express yourself, because that will determine on whether or not I myself will take you seriously or not. You know, if you followed my channel for any period of time and you've watched any of my LPs through to the end, one thing I do at the end of every LP is ask for your feedback and your opinions and things like that, so I can improve the quality of my Let's Plays, because let's face it, you know, we're not mind readers, and unless you tell me what's wrong or what you don't agree with, I can't improve upon that and make it more enjoyable in the future. Now, just because you have something negative to say doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Just like the old adage goes, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, you know, just don't be, just think about what you say before you say it. You know, if you come across as a total jerk, then yeah, people are going to think you're a jerk, and they're not going to listen to one thing you have to say. But you can still give negative feedback in a constructive manner. And myself, you know, I'm a very open-minded, and I'm a very, how should I say this? I'm a very receptive person. So regardless of whether or not your feedback is all positive, or if you have some bad things to point out, you know, if you present yourself in a very, you know, decent manner, you know, I will listen to you. I will take your thoughts into consideration. And, you know, if you start yelling at me and being, you know, aggressive, or, you know, what have you, just acting like a total idiot, then no, I'm not going to take you seriously. I'm just going to ignore you. So, in short, yeah, I will not tolerate any of that here. And if I see it, I will take actions appropriately. So, I think that's all I have to say about that matter. And this message has been brought to you by the letter K and the number 0, because that's how many fucks will be given if you try and bring down and ruin this channel. So, with all of that negativity out of my system, I'm going to take a quick pause break to grab a drink, and when we come back, we will get this show on the road. Ah, Red Bull, my lifeline. So previously, we set out for the village of Aris in search of the professor. However, we were unable to make it there because the bridge was out. And while repairing the bridge sounds like a rather simple task, it turned out to be a very lengthy ordeal. But luckily for us, we had Pyrin, the architect, on our side. I wonder if Pyron's name was an inspiration to the Byron monks and Byron Monastery from Legend of Legaia. I doubt it, but it would be pretty cool if that was the case. But anyways, he was able to fix the bridge, and we made it to Aris, where, surprise, surprise, the professor was not there. He is, however, here in the Tower of Grief, which is where we are today. So, we're about halfway through this tower already, if not more. Like I said in the last episode, this dungeon is very short, thankfully. So when you get to this room with the 4 set of stairs, you want to go to the upper right first, so we can pick up some treasure. And now, we want to go down, or up, the lower left set of stairs to get some more treasure. Alright. Speaking of treasure, in the last episode we also went to the old cave. And we found the blast ring for Lufia, one of the most legit items in the entire game. Oh, I can't wait to use that. But yeah, as you saw there, both staircases in that room will take you to here, where we have some very handy-dandy HP and MP restoration tiles. So if you want to do some grinding, as always, this would be a very good place to do so because you have the free heal. I mean, why not, right? And I'll just leave this one in here. Why not? Oh, I feel like I'm losing my voice for some reason. But yeah. Really, game? How the fuck does that happen? I never even moved off of the stairs. Alright, we made it to the top, and there's the Elder, but where's the Professor? What do you mean you're surprised he's not here? Well, let's grab this miracle and see what he has to say. This is Flake, the Elder of Oris. How did you know that? Ah. What do you mean, Jerin? How was that rude? You got me on that one, guys. I don't know what they meant by that statement. This whole scene here reminds me of the Namek arc in Dragon Ball Z, where Gohan, Krillin, and Dende, I think was his name, go to, what was his name? Kamiguru's little hut, and he unlocks their hidden potential. But hey, alright. Got 10 more MP for Lufia. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Oh, now you tell us. I sense a great disturbance in the Force. What? Wait, which lab? Odell Lab or Platina Lab? Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you, he's in Platina, so let's just jump off the edge and warp right on over there with Jerin. Hey, there's a boat there. That wasn't there last time, was it? You know, I wonder if that's how the Professor made it to Aris in the Tower of Grief. So he didn't go through the magical barrier. He was sneaky and took a boat. Hey, how's it going? Are you the Professor? Yeah, this must be him. Why is it always snakes? Whoa. Well, it's not that. It's just that we've been chasing you for how many hours now? Whoa, 4 arms! Could you imagine having 4 arms in an RPG? I mean, quadruple wielding? How cool would that be? Be a little ludicrous, but... Well, I suppose you had X-Fight in Final Fantasy V and the Offering in Final Fantasy VI. That's kind of like having 4 weapons. Well, that doesn't sound too harmful. Uh-oh, cat fight. Hey, don't bring me into this, Lufia. I'll be honest with you guys, I've always had a thing for the girls with short hair. Not that long hair is bad, mind you, it's just, you know, different preferences for different people. Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth, Kai. Yeah, we don't really think about your hair. Oh man, Lufia, don't ask a guy where his eyes are at. Exactly, this whole time I've been staring at your ass. Come on, Lufia. Oh, don't play innocent, Aguro. Yeah, we're here to talk about tits and ass. Oh, and the submarine. Yeah, we kind of forgot about that. The Falcon. Really, game? Yeah, another RPG where your transportation vessel is named the Falcon. Wait a minute, it's a submarine, and an airship, and a boat? All in one? Wow. It's like a Swiss Army vessel. Well, alright, let's go check this thing out. Kind of like in Final Fantasy V, actually, with an all-purpose vehicle. Oh man, this dialogue, that's so silly. Pretty obvious, dude. Yeah. I don't think that's the best idea. Half speed? What about full speed ahead? Underwater music sounds the same as it does in every other RPG. Whether it be Final Fantasy V, Breath of Fire, Soul Blazer, this game. You know, all underwater music sounds similar in nature. Uh-oh, we're leaking! That reminds me of the scene in Phantasy Star 4 when your airship is going down. You mean besides the chipped wing, or the clipped wings and the hole in the ceiling? Yeah, I'm speechless too, Kai. many labs do you have? And where do you get the funding for all of this crap? Well, he is the neglectful father. What did you expect, Lufia? But hey, he left us with his boat, so that's pretty cool. I like how they all stare at her. Well, he said he could repair the Falcon, sure, but are we going to have to go through a 10-hour fetch quest? Let's find out. And yes, just like in a lot of other RPGs with sea travel, you have random battles on the ocean. But we're going to wrap this episode up here very quickly. I just want to do one more thing. And now that we're on the ocean, I want to give the flame ring back to Jerin because pretty much every enemy you encounter is weak to fire. And she can just wipe out entire groups of enemies like so, with her flame spell. So nothing too special about these guys, they just have a somewhat powerful physical attack. But easy enough. So Shia Lab 3 is due west of Platina there. And yeah, I'll just leave, whoops. I'll just leave this in because it's quick and easy. If Jerin ever gets her turn, that is. Thank you. So now that we have access to sea travel, we also have access to pretty much every town in the entire game, with the exception of one. So what I want to do is take a few minutes, probably in the next episode, to do some traveling, visit each of these towns at least once, so they get added to your warp list. That way when the plot actually does direct us to go there, I can just have Jerin wisp us on over there. And if you want to know how to get to these towns at that point, well, I'll just redirect you to this video if you're not playing along and don't want to do all of the exploring that I'll be doing. Come on. Almost made it, but I think this is the last of the new enemies, Lobsterons. Again, nothing special about those guys or those shrieking eels we met up with earlier. Just go with a good flame spell if you run into a group of them and have everyone else just pick off the remainders and you'll be fine. Alright. We made it to Carbis, also known as Shia Lab 3. But before we go there to advance with the plot, like I said, I want to do some exploring. So to make this a little bit easier on us, I'm going to go ahead and drink a sweet water. And now we want to go due south of here for a very specific reason. It's the reason why I've been whoring up all of this gold for so long. Which, to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure if we're going to have enough money. 113k, It'll be close. Ah, there we are. This is the town of Frederia. It's a village for Shia Lab's staff. Wait, he has his own village? Man, and I thought Google was a good company to work for. But here we have two shops. Do they have good stuff? You bet your ass they do, and holy crap is it expensive. Okay, so since I don't have enough money to afford everything, I'm going to prioritize offense over defense. Those of you who know me a little bit know that I am a DPS whore, so I'm a firm believer that a good offense is the best defense. So take a look at the Grand Blade here. That's a very good weapon for Aguro. Definitely pick up the Grand Blade. That will be amazing for him. I mean, look at his attack power. It's almost 400. And we'll pass down the Gladius to Kai there. And again, I will list all of these purchases in the video description for you guys, for those of you who are following along with this LP. And if you guys consider this to be cheap, or you know, if you're not a fan of sequence breaking, then you don't have to do this. It's completely optional, but I like doing this every time I play this game because it makes the next few areas very less stressful, I should say. And here we have a lot of good armor too. But the first thing I want to buy are 2 sword shoes, one for Kai, one for Aguro. Those are the best shoes in the game for those characters. And for Jerin, I want to get a pair of cat heels, best shoes for her in the entire game. I want to get 1 clear silk for Jerin. Let's see. Now, I think Lufia is okay. Let's get some stuff for the guys. Let's get a carbo plate for Kai, carbo shield, carbo helm. And let's equip and sell all of our old stuff. Yeah, look at that defense boost. Holy cow. Okay. Oh, now we have a lot more money to deal with, or to work with, I should say. So let's get some more stuff for Aguro. Damn it. And this place is really breaking my bank. Okay, we might be able to squeeze out a carbo helm for Aguro without selling miracles and things like that. I think we can. Yes, we can. Alright, so now everyone is all set and ready to go, except for Lufia, but that's okay, because we're going to find another clear silk in the near future. And there are no shields here for the ladies, so I'm not worried about that. And we can come back and get her a carbo hat later, if we so choose to. Now that we have this on our warp list, it's a quick trip, so there you go. Now before we leave, did I pick up this miracle? Yes, I did. Okay. I think there's an item over here. Yes, there is. The grilled newt. Alright. So I'm going to call it quits here, guys. I do apologize for taking up 9 minutes of your time at the beginning of the episode, but that is just something that I really wanted to go over. And for those of you who did sit through that little spiel of mine, I apologize for getting a little scatterbrained at the end. I'm usually pretty well spoken, and my thoughts are usually very collected, but that just really grinds my gears, and I guess I just worked myself up for no reason. So I do apologize for that, but the other thing I want to apologize for is the lack of content in this episode. We didn't get a whole lot done, but we finally managed to meet up with the professor. He then treated us to a little comic scene there, which was nice and humorous. And while we didn't get our submarine, we did get our Falcon boat. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I know. I'm on a boat, bitch. Don't you ever forget. Yeah, I know. So when we come back next time, as I mentioned a few moments ago, we're going to do a little bit more exploring to get some more towns on our warp list. And then from there, I have a very special side quest in mind for you guys. Then the reward for doing such is very, how should I put this? It will make one of our characters very mighty, if you catch my drift. For those of you who have never played this game before, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, so you are in for a treat. So until then, guys, again, sorry for this very helter-skelter, all-over-the-place video. I know it's kind of weird, but, you know, it is what it is. And I'll just see you guys in the next video. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good day, and as always, take care.